was on my 21st birthday.
Oh,
not a lie, absolute truth.
I remember mine.
So good.
I was
the bouncers in South Bend, Indiana, were on duty cops.
Oh,
so if you were showing any kind of instrument, fake license, which is that was a Class D misdemeanor.
Do you remember your first drink?
I do. It was a rum and coke.
Oh,
yeah.
I remember mine.
You did it right.
I was 13.
You're not supposed to. I did it wrong, obviously. Yeah.
I was 13 years old.
Oh gosh.
I was sipping
wow, Manischewitz.
Yeah.
Can you be any more stereotypical?
KJ, you remember your first drink?
I'm a Christian.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
I don't engage in those sinful activities.
Yeah. Okay.
Just
shot at Jack with
rooting for the Celtics as on the he's straight edge.
Exactly.
Let's just say I'll take a shot at something when the Celtics get banned at number 18.
Oh gosh.
Can I speak
You're never
to
gonna
the
Celtic pride.
Can I speak to the Jet fans?
Oh,
Yes, speak to me.
Don Holt,
I'll half listen.
Don Holt is talking about staying in college an extra year.
the quarterback.
Yeah.
The likely number one, the USC quarterback.
Yeah.
He's coming out, but he's a USC quarterback though. So are they good or not good? I don't know what to.
Is coming out.
It's really a hit or a miss with these USC quarterbacks.
I want to know if we're going to see if the Mets season goes so badly, if we're going to see ex-Jet quarterback Tim Tebow playing for the Mets.
Why is he not in
come
Brooklyn
September.
yet? Why has he been demoted to the Cyclones?
Why is he in Port St. Lucie? I'll never understand. I mean,
Nobody goes. It's too hot.
Why every time the Mets
sell
go
tickets.
on a winning
right.
streak,
Tickets.
they have to face the Nationals? That's my problem.
I have been to a Florida State League game. It is hotter than anything in the world.
Or as we call it, Port St. Lonely.
No, I went in Port Charlotte, Florida.
No, please.
Oh, wow.
Tampa Bay Rays affiliate.
You know it's going to be. I'm just thinking of hotter than hell and things like that. When they're hashtagging what's going to happen at the Long Island Railroad starting this Monday as hashtag Summer of Hell, that's not a good sign, right? When the governor calls it that, not a good sign.
I got a robocall today from Loda.
Oh yeah,
Get a load of this.
MTA chairman.
I turned them right off. I said, "What do I care?"
Yeah, you
I
don't
gotta drive
commute.
3 miles, 5 miles
Yeah,
to work.
exactly.
God bless America. So
This station
no,
is
it's funny. It was
Westbury.
funny with Cespedes. They brought in all the quote experts, and they determined that he wasn't drinking enough water. That was what he was having problems.
Which is the first thing they teach you in high school. If you have cramps, drink more water.
Right.
It's the first thing they teach you.
And they asked him. They said, we've told you to drink more water. He goes, I really don't want to listen. Some days I do, some days I don't. It's like, you got a well-oiled machine, and the well-oiled machine decides what he's going to do with his body.
Well, it was the same thing. I remember when the Berlin Wall came down, and everyone's like, "Oh, well, they're only going to want a little freedom because they've had no freedom." So they went, "No. Once you want all the freedom." It's the same thing with Cespedes. Oh, he was in Cuba. Oh, he doesn't need a lot of. No. You want the whole thing, and it's not going to stop you and be like, "Oh, no, okay, oh yeah, just a little's fine." No. You want the whole enchilada.
I want Bart Cologne back.
You're going to see him, I think, the end of the week because he has to pass through waivers. Otherwise, the Mets would have to pay for him. You'll see him. He's going to become a Met.
I hope so.
I was discussing.
Now, Chris Carter got DFA'd for the second time.
I was discussing with Rob Brill off the air for the program, and he thinks that Bart is too old to come back. He has nothing left in the tank.
No, I think he got tired of being down in Atlanta, just losing.
He's just used to the losing environment. He doesn't have anything to play for.
Panda.
Oh, just a quick one. The building I work out of in Newcastle will be hosting the Long Island Nets from October through April. So if you gentlemen want to come down.
Sure, I know Mark does.
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can. That's the name of the center.
Yes, we
Well,
can.
it's up to you because I'm down. I'm getting paid, so if you guys want to come, October through April, they're going to be.
Is that when the season runs?
No, they're working out in the building.
Oh, okay. It's a big gym.
I don't
Okay.
know when the season runs. In fact, I'd be honest with you, I really didn't even realize it was a Long Island Net team, but there will be.
Like Mark can tell you every player's name.
Yeah.
J.J. Moore, Brentwood's own.
And the coach is like 29 years old or something. He's a really young guy.
Norred is his last name.
Now but they're wearing red, white, and blue like the old Nets, as I understand. They don't wear black and white.
It's like the Yankees socks during this weekend. I've never in my life.
If they didn't, they had those socks. Did anyone see the baseball socks this weekend for July 4th?
Oh yeah,
I didn't want to.
One was Dr. Seuss, so they had to have the other one be blue and stars. Otherwise, they'd be Dr. Seuss. A Met in a hat.
I would have left the pants down. I wasn't showing those.
Well, that's the interesting thing. Yeah, you're going to show, stare up versus not stare. Yeah, it was.
Those are cool.
And you see Curtis Granderson who wears his socks high
all the time,
and it's like, holy moly. do. You know?
Were they over his knees?
No, well, they were close. No, they were just under the knee. They were close, though. They were close. But they were funny because one was the red and white, like the Dr. Seuss hat, the cat in the hat. And if they had done both, they'd look like clowns. But the other one was all dark blue with white big stars on them. Yeah, so
that's what they dressed my granddaughter with and stuff like that.
and she's 9 months. And then they wanted to be like wearing red, white, and blue. The Phillies red came out as pink, which was weird. It was kind of
and then the Blue Jays just wore regular jersey.
Well, which is an odd thing too, because Monday, well, actually July 1st, but they were celebrated on Monday, was Canada Day, the 150th birthday of Canada. Was the sesquicentennial of Canada, so which was good because it allowed me to have Monday and Tuesday off.
That's a big baseball day too, July 1st. That's Bobby Bonilla Day.
It is Bobby Bonilla. $1.19 million until was it 20? I said it right on Piano Man the other day. 20,
Bernie.
But that's not. But Bobby Bonilla gets money from the Baltimore Orioles as well, so he gets like $500,000 on like July 1st from the Baltimore Orioles as well. So
he lights 2 cigars at once.
Yeah, and there's the guy who I remember he was going to show the Bob Clappus the report of the Bronx. Yeah, on his way home to Greenwich, Connecticut, which is where Bobby Bonilla lived for 30 years.
He could dance at 2 parties at the same time.
But just think about that: $1.9 million because the Mets wanted to sign Mike Hampton, and they were like, "Well, hey, we got a guaranteed 12% from Bernie Madoff, so we're fine, we're set, we're great. Let's do this deal." And Dennis Gilbert was Bobby Bonilla's agent. Now, agents get 5% of all salary, every dime you make as an athlete. So, Dennis Gilbert gets 5% of that $1.19 million every July 1st, and it goes until I think it's like 2030. It goes a long, long time. So
it's like
in the words of Mel Brooks, it's good to be king.
It's good to be king. Yeah, he negotiated a great deal there.
That's like the Spirit of St. Louis TV contract.
Yeah, which they finally stopped. They did a buyout in the end and everything. Yeah.
What, the movie The Spirit of St.
No, there was the ABA. When the ABA was going to be merged into the NBA, they were going to take 3 teams, I think it was? 4 teams. And the owner of the St. Louis Spirit, who were garment industry guys. There were 2 garment industry guys. And they wanted an NBA team, and they didn't want cash then, so they said, okay, they made a deal that, okay, you'll get...
was it 4 teams, they get
You'll get a cut of the 30-second in perpetuity every NBA television contract. You'll get a piece of it, and the Pacers, the Nets, the 4 teams, the Spurs, and you'll get a cut of the. And as we see now, the TV contract's $1 billion, and those guys made a lot of money, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. And the TV guy for the St. Louis Spirit was Bob Costas.
For $99 a year. So
yeah. Well, that was the same thing.
It's nice to hear some of the older callers coming back, Chris.
No, last week.
I'm saying because once you cleared out the space, has who contacted you?
Well, yeah. Well, did I tell you that story? Maybe I haven't. It was funny you should mention that.
I remember you hung up real fast once.
so there was a guy named Anonymous, right? He would call up, and he would always talk for a long time. And was that knock on wood? Yeah.
Start.
And Dave Hidden, they had like a feud kind of thing. And then one day, I always host I'm the MC, the Thanksgiving Saturday of the Village of Massapequa Park menorah / tree lighting. And Anonymous came up. He's like, hey, excuse me, can someone tell me what Chris Muldoon is? And I turn around, it's me. And he was going off my picture from when I was in high school, that YouTube video. You haven't seen that YouTube video of me in high school. And I'm like, yeah, I look a lot different. So, he's like, and we're talking, and he wouldn't leave. He's like, hey, you want to go out to dinner? I'm like, no. He's like, hey, you want to go to the cigar bar across the street? I'm like, no. And I got my friends with me, like, acting as bodyguards. With me, like, no, we're good, whatever. And then, like, and he keeps coming back. I'm like, okay, good seeing you. And he keeps coming back. And my friend's wife is there. He's like, I can't leave without saying hi to your better half. I'm like, that's not my better half. It's my friend's wife, whatever, And then my younger son was there, and I was like, but since that time, so that was Thanksgiving Saturday, the Saturday after Thanksgiving. He has not called the show. He has not anything. So.
I'm not complaining.
No one's complaining, as Kevin said, as KJ said.
I think everybody should get their toe in the pool and have to listen to him for 5 minutes.
Well, then they'll become the Cameron show and the Adam show, and they'll just be talking to him. And
I know the Tuesday show now has a camera on them, so I think that would be nice to watch all the gentlemen's
facial reactions.
No, thanks.
Yeah. I'll get back to you later, guys.
I keep it radio format.
All right, there goes Dave from Franklin Square. Phone lines are open, 516-572-7440. I'm going to walk outside and get the copy for the giving away the Ducks tickets. So you guys start talking while I go get
What's the deal? You never went to a Duck game before this year?
No, I never went to, and I had last night's game. I went as well. July 5th.
So it's 3 times now?
3 times now I've gone to Ducks games this year. I'd never gone to a Ducks game before this year, and now I've gone 3 times in 1 year.
Chris is scaring me. Well, not about
It's
the
him. He's rubbing off on me. I'm telling you. All of a sudden, I'm going to
God.
games that I never expected. Well, and I will say this. I was thinking about this as I was driving over. When I was a kid, going to a baseball game, Mets, Yankees, whatever, was so huge that I probably, under hypnosis, can remember every game I ever went to, as a kid. But nowadays, with there you go. Perfect, thank you. Nowadays, with the internet and with video games and with just every other, like if I was taking my kids to a baseball game, they might remember they went to a game somehow, whatever. I remembered everything, the sights and the sounds and whatever. And you guys, same way. That's why it's kind of interesting that you go to all these games. It's kind of a throwback because I used to love going to, no matter what kind of game it was. But nowadays, when you have so many options, you're not going to a game unless it's like you went to the Boston playoff game in Boston because that was a real kind of,
So I save my money when they go to the final section.
Oh gosh.
But I know, Cameron, you went to a
You're gonna
Yankee
save a
game
lot
this
of
year,
money.
right? On like an obscure game.
It was before the whole meltdown. When
Yeah. They're still above 500 though, the Yankees, right?
I told you. I hate to say I told you, but it is the Yankees, so I will say I told you. This is going to happen. This was going to happen. Boston is going to win. I said Tampa is going to be second, and the Yankees going to finish third place.
I mean,
I've been calling it.
You act like we said we're going to win a World Series. Like we already know it's rebuilding.
At least
the Yankees admit that they're rebuilding. You guys are in a sunken place.
Wait. When you go to the playoffs 2 years in a row, you don't have to admit anything.
Those
okay?
really, that's what we've reduced ourselves to as Mets fans.
Yeah.
The little colonel we're grabbing for. There's some crumbs on the floor. Let me grab those. No, with the Yankees, the deals they made last year, they're going to pay off dividends for years to come. Clint Frazier's up now, and it's the problem is, what do you do if you're the Yankees now? Do you buy? Are you a buyer or are you a seller? What do you do?
I think you stay pat.
Yeah, if you stay pat, that's. But
it's not supposed to be their year.
I think it's sort of thumbing the nose at the fans because this is a great. Aaron Judge is doing things that haven't been done before.
Why are you going to give up your future when it's not supposed to be the year?
They can give away like prospect number 7, I'd say.
I think if they keep falling down, they should sell, but they should at least buy a first baseman for the rest of the year.
I don't know what they have to sell though, because it's like one of the outfielders, Ellsbury and Gardner. Those are who they have to sell, and they have no trades anyway because they're 10-5 players. So I don't even know what they can do trading. Headley, he has no value, but to Joe Girardi, he's got no value to anywhere else. Castro is hurt, but Didi, not trading those guys. That's the future. Yeah. Catcher is more than taken care of. They need pitching, and they're not trading Sabathia. Now get another 10-5 guy. He's not going anywhere. He can't go anywhere. He won't go anywhere. Tanaka, same thing.
Can drink over that one.
They're not trading Severino.
No, Severino they need.
Yep.
So, it's what do they do? I just think in the offseason, that guy Todd Frazier's a free agent, and I know he's doing poorly, but he's a Jersey guy. He's a guy that I think would be great in New York. I think he'd be a great player.
He was on the field before.
I think he'd be a great player for either the Mets or the Yankees. I think they both would go for him. So
the Todd father, they call him.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Ah, very nice, very nice.
I'm a sore loser, guys. I just hate to admit it. Like if
the Yankees really got you last week because you were upset.
Yeah,
I know they stink. They stink.
It's like if it's not like I hate watching. I will root for the Giants against the Patriots any day. And I'm sure you would too, right, KJ? If they're in the Super Bowl, you're gonna pick the Giants.
You know, because there's so many.
That's an interesting thing.
Yeah. In high school, it was so many Giants fans, right?
Oh, me, I went through the same thing, man.
It's just like I just wanted to see them lose.
Yeah, man.
Well, we as Mets fans, I'm trying to think if you've been in. Well, you might have been too young for this, but I've certainly, as a Mets fan, been in the boat where there was a Yankees-Braves World Series.
95,
and I had to. It was 96, but I had to pick who it was, who to root for. And it was the start of the Yankees dynasty, so it was different. They hadn't done anything before.
That's like modern day. That would kind of be like the Yankees versus the Nationals, right? Kind of
today it would, yeah.
Right? It would
because
be like
but even then, like they had what they had. I'm gonna let the phone ring for now. We'll get it later. Because they were at the top of the hour. In fact, let me do the top of the hour stuff. Let's see, time to start this, and we'll be right back. Listen to this because you'll want to hear about the other great sports shows on this here station.
Win 27 world titles.
Johan Santana throws the first Mets no-hitter.
David Tyree makes a catch for the ages.
Willis Reed walks out onto the garden floor.
For more more great sports moments like these, be sure to tune in to all of our fantastic sports shows.
From the Press Box with Rob and Tim Leonard, Monday mornings at 10.
The Home Stretch with Anthony Tartamella and the WHPC Sports Staff.